we doing yesterday?
What?
Weren't we doing like the presidents and stuff like that? Like the qualifications for presidents yesterday?
Yes.
And what's that? The same thing?
Yes.
Were we just finishing it?
Yes.
Okay.
What about since you're examining?
Um,
What about since you're examining? Or questions?
okay. Do doodle notes on the constitutional qualifications to be president of the United States.
Now we do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to know something about this.
My picture was up there. You saw mine, right?
Yeah.
Use that as a guide,
That guy.
and then just make sure that you're meeting all 4 requirements of the doodle notes, which are over there on that poster paper. There needs to be handwritten text, handwritten images, color, and some sort of organizational flow.
Okay, I know.
You're gonna draw a lady with a baby.
In time,
President?
y'all will get this, because we're gonna be doing this for like 4 months.
Does it need to be an
The
actual
doodle notebook is something we're gonna be working on, so you need to bring it,
I'm gonna draw that.
and it needs to be handed in at the end of each unit and completed.
You got Sharpie?
Character development. Character development. Right. Damn, I should be an author. Damn. Oh my god, wait, I can use Spotify. Oh, I can use Spotify.
Looks great. It's got handwritten text. You already have an organizational flow. Now add some color to it, and then make it unique.
Be president.
If you're struggling with the doodle notes, use the templates. Yes! I love it! I love it! Now, Elijah, we're doing doodle notes for the remainder of that page.
Hold on, let's draw
On
as
the
Aaron's mom.
constitutional qualifications of the president.
I'm gonna use Aaron's mom as a reference.
That was it?
I'm so excited. There we go.
All right. Let's write down your final thought. And at the end of each unit, you will be handing in your doodle notebooks. You will have doodle notes for all the experiences and all the information that we cover for this unit. I will hand them back to you. And then you will do it for Unit 5. And then we'll do this all again, all the way through to Unit 6. We're committing to this. We're doing this. If you're not a great artist, that's not a problem. All I'm asking you to do is to do your best and to meet these requirements. If you do so, then you'll do just fine. Tim, question? Now, I've been asking for months for tables to put over here on this wall behind Taylor and for art area. So I don't think that's probably gonna happen this year because it sounds like they're ignoring me. So if you want art supplies, I'll have them right here for now, and they'll stay there until something changes.
Mr. Dillon,
Yes,
would this be all right for the doodle notes?
what would be?
Yeah, I want to please look, please.
Okay, let me get started on the next part and then I'll cover it. All right, so as you can see, our first objective is accomplished. Nice job, Darrell. I like that. You're going BTW, baby. He's going all the way. So today, we are going to continue to answer the essential question for the experience on not only what are the constitutional qualifications, but what are the strategies and how do you become President of the United States of America? Before we do that, I want you to familiarize yourself with political parties. If you want to You can certainly take notes in this notebook on political parties, but I don't have a paper copy for you to take or paste in. You have to hand do it. Or if you just want to use this to use it for the doodle note pages, then by all means, that's all you need to use it for. All right, what's your score? 18? All right, what do I have to do? What the hell? Who's game pigeon?
It's the game that you're playing on.
Oh, he's got some skill. You only got 10.
You only got 10.
It says you 10. Shown it 2. Oh, so I have to be 18. Am I shooting?
Okay, he only made 14.
I hate this.
Oh, this is not hard. Swish, swish, swish.
Remember, you have time.
This is if I feel bad.
Yeah, it's actually a little harder than it looks. Straight on shooting, am I right? Ugh, 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 ugh. Who's useless? That ain't right. Oh yeah, I'm killing this. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Oh. This is how you distract this to go.
No, because every period.
Oh my god, look at
You got 34!
Who did?
You! Still lost.
All right, go ahead and go to It's Learning.
Wait.
And feel free to follow along with what I'm going over up here. If you want to do it on your own and take a look at your own, fine. Once you are done with your doodle notes for experience one, just hit the yes box. That's all you have to do for that. And don't worry about it. It's no harm, no foul.
You don't know.
What I want you to do now is go to the following
What do we
link.
click on?
The resource that is the next one in the playlist. It's entitled
You
The
don't know.
World's Smallest Political Quiz. Now, the website, theadvocates.org, Advocates for Self-Government, say it only takes 1 minute to take this quiz. And it's not a quiz that you're going to be graded on. It's a quiz that's going to help you determine where you are on the political spectrum. What political party do you most align with? So scroll down and please look up with me and we'll go over these. That way, if you have any questions, I can answer them. Elijah, off the game, go to the World's Smallest Political Quiz. It's the resource immediately after the doodle notes. Let's select world's. Scroll down. Okay. So it's asking you 5 questions on your own personal views and 5 questions on your economic beliefs. Perfect timing because we've already gone through economics. So you should have some knowledge. You are going to either agree or disagree with the statement. If you are uncertain, you want to hit maybe. You either agree, disagree, or I don't know, which is maybe. Government should not censor speech. They should not censor the press. They should not censor the media, and they should not censor the internet. When you're thinking about censorship, you're talking about prohibiting some of the material that is actually in. Where'd you come from, Pawz? Thank you, snuck in on me. Do you believe that the United States should not censor speech, press, media, or internet?
Yeah.
It says it right underneath there. Censorship is the suppression or prohibition of ideas, images, or other communication that might be considered offensive, dangerous, or harmful. What?
Mama.
Borrow what?
Or armadillo notes.
A what? Why?
Page of drawing.
And looking for this. Aha!
Okay.
Am I really that quiet?
Yeah.
Damn.
Military service should be voluntary. There should be no draft. Do you agree with that statement or disagree with that statement? We have not had a draft since the Vietnam War. But if the United States needed more soldiers for the military, a draft would randomly select people to be members of the military, and you would have to do it. Otherwise, you face jail or prison. So, do you believe military service should be voluntary and there should be no draft? Agree or disagree? And as you know already, I disagree with that. I think it should be mandatory for everybody.
Why?
Yep.
Mr. Mystical, why does it have to be mandatory?
I think it should be mandatory because
This is not a war-driven world. How dare you? Mr. Mystical, this world's not war-driven.
Yeah, I thought that. I was like, yeah.
if America
They
went to
don't look
war and I agreed with participating in the
What do I
war,
think they look like?
then I
What, I
would
mean, for
gladly
years?
fight. But if I disagreed,
I have more eyelashes.
I'd rather.
if you wanted me to, yes. I'm actually too old to enlist. Yeah, you can only be 35 years
Is
old for
that?
being
No, it's
Marine.
not true.
Uh,
That doesn't make it any better.
Yeah,
It's
35-year-old.
just for
35
And say, I want an abortion.
Okay. Believe it or not, there are some rules or some laws about sex. Look at everybody's ears and eyes poke up.
About what now?
Now, up here, the question is asking
About
that there should be no laws regarding sex between
Ew.
consenting adults.
Oh, is it like gender sex or like?
the
Now,
Romeo and
right
Juliet
here,
law should not exist.
It's asking this question based on a little bit of background here. A little bit of background. In the United States, adults are typically above the age of 18. Consent means to give permission for something to happen. Sex laws have historically been applied to activities such as prostitution
That word.
and pornography. So, there should be no laws regarding sex between
Wait.
consenting adults. Do you agree with that statement or disagree with that statement?
Yeah.
Put it on the thing.
Huh?
Put it on the political quiz. We're
That
doing
makes no
political-
sense.
What? Agree with
Why
that.
does it do not?
What law?
That there should be no laws for.
It's just trying to find out what
I don't
your opinion is.
Oh wait, I
understand.
disagree. I disagree, guys.
There
The
should be a
fourth
law.
personal
I
question.
think
I don't know what I'm agreeing with.
there should be a law.
Now we need to talk about drugs.
Don't do drugs.
We should
Damn.
repeal laws that prohibit adult possession and use of drugs. Do you agree or disagree? Federal and state laws restrict or ban the consumption, distribution, and manufacturing of many drugs, including tobacco,
I don't even know
alcohol,
what
marijuana,
poverty means.
as well as hard drugs like cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamines.
So I need to change that one.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like don't allow people to.
Oh.
We should repeal laws that prohibit people from using alcohol and
Don't.
drugs.
No.
Do you agree with that statement, or do you disagree with it?
Like, to
I
not,
don't even
And
know.
but maybe
not let us
I don't even know what that means.
do that.
Hold up, let
it
me
would give you the
Google
freedom
real
to do
quick.
it.
Government should
Do you
not
agree with that
target,
statement?
detain, deport.
That's a drug.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Then put it.
Alright, so
I can't even, it's not working.
I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
okay, I do know.
Government should hold on. I have a question mark.
This
Just
one
repeal me.
needs a little
I
bit
still
more
understand.
of explanation. The fifth question here. The government
People?
should
Hell
not
no.
target, detain, and deport undocumented workers. So the United States has something called ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. They go into workplaces, they check to see whether or not these people are actually documented and allowed to be in the United States. And if they're not, they're sent back to their native country. Do you believe the government should not continue to do that?
Yeah.
If you agree with it, hit agree. where it says the government should not target, detain, and deport undocumented workers. If you agree with that, hit agree. If you disagree, disagree. And everything in between is maybe.
I don't even know where the trash can is.
Do I pay taxes?
You do not pay taxes. You're a fucking minor.
Not yet. Oh, thank God. Okay.
I think when you get a job.
All right, the next 5 you should be a little bit more familiar with.
I question you, Marwa.
Taxpayers should not be responsible for student loan debt.
What?
Yes.
I pay taxes.
Because
I did-
financial aid
Where's the pencil?
is money that is given
I don't
to
know.
students
Over there.
through the federal government.
The-
And the federal government gets its money from who?
I'm
The
tired.
people. So technically, right now, taxpayers are helping students pay for college. No, I'm not. So student loan debt is incurred when a person takes out a loan to cover college expenses. Currently, student loans are government guaranteed and the debt cannot be forgiven. Do you think taxpayers should not be responsible for student loan debt? Do you agree with that?
Mm.
I agree.
You know.
The government should not be responsible for providing health care. Do you agree with that or do you disagree with that? The government
Totally
should
disagree.
not be responsible for providing health care. Do you agree or disagree?
If anybody says agree, I'm gonna kill them.
Well, you can come on over.
I was joking.
I put maybe. The next one is a little confusing.
How is it
Social
confusing?
Security is income for people who are over the age of 65. This
She
statement
didn't say 16.
is saying we should get rid of Social Security
Oh,
and allow people to provide for their own retirement.
What is wrong with you?
So, statement 3, let people control their own retirement and privatize Social Security. Do you agree or disagree with that statement?
Boo, Mr. Mitsuko, you're gonna privatize Social Security?
Yes, I do.
What's wrong with you?
I like my
Guys,
money.
I know myself.
I'm
You're
cold.
selfish.
And I have a hoodie around my.
I don't.
It's about 10% of my
I
pay
just have to find a paper with it a couple days ago.
every week. The
Yeah, but
rest
it
of my
gets-
life.
My,
Mr.
I like how I'm
Mitsuko, but
cold
it's
and I have a
stored up
hoodie
till the
around my
end of-
waist.
So you
Yeah, I
can't
have a
work
blanket.
anymore, so it technically doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Make that make sense.
Isn't it stored up till the?
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't store up at all. The taxes that we pay are paying for the people who currently have Social Security. This money's not going into a savings account. When you retire, the people who are currently working are going to be paying for your Social Security. Based on an average, I think, of your 6 highest or 12 highest paychecks, or something like that. It's a tree with an owl in the center and a dialogue box. It's a little far away. All right,
I feel like
question
that's
4.
Oh my God, I like this.
Replace government welfare with private charity.
Not drink.
The government provides Medicaid, Social Security, food stamps, all of those different programs. Do you think the government should stop doing that and use private charities in order to cover off these programs? Replace government welfare with private charity. Agree or disagree? If you don't know, it may be. And the last one, cut government spending and taxes by 50% or more. That's pretty self-explanatory. So with those 5 personal issue questions and 5 economic issue questions, it is going to put you on a grid. And on this grid, it is going to likely tell you what your political ideology is. It's not definite. This is only 10 questions. It could be accurate, but the more questions that you answer in quizzes like this, the more accurate it's gonna be in telling you what your political ideology is. So I'm gonna calculate my results, and I am going to continue without
Is this a
saving.
good or bad thing?
Wow.
And according to
I don't know.
my
Okay,
results,
I guess I'll choose maybe for both.
I am a moderate,
Same.
Lower taxes.
very close to being a libertarian, which actually is my political party. If you find yourselves over here with progressive, we're not talking about progressive insurance. Hit continue without saving. If you are a
Where did you get that
progressive, you are likely a Democrat.
I look progressive.
Progressive.
Progressives are more liberal, left-leaning, democratic, while conservatives, if you found yourself over on the right-hand side,
Are the
Tend to be-
Republican?
part of the Republican Party.
What about the Authoritarian?
What is that?
Oh, no, if you're the.
So it's telling you that you're a moderate.
I'm going back to being.
Me and you are almost identical.
I'm moderate, but really close to authoritarian. What's authoritarian?
Three
What?
constitutional qualifications summarized with.
I don't think that's on any of them. I don't know what I am.
Look where I'm
Has
at.
anyone ever gotten in the middle before, like moderate?
My
but
what?
You're in the
Most
Most
direction?
people actually are moderate.
I'm between
Yeah,
these
I'm
two.
not moderate, missionistic, but I'm too progressive.
What are the three constitutional
I'm that
qualifications
dumb,
that should be?
I guess.
That's it.
I'm highly progressive.
If you're a moderate,
You don't choose.
what is the problem here?
You want to take that?
These jackwagons. I'm telling you, you're progressive. Left. You're very left. Now, where it says libertarian versus authoritarian, they are not aligned with any political parties that are in control of the U.S. government right now. Libertarians are in the minority. They're, in fact, in Maryland, they're not even allowed to participate in primary election because there's not enough registered libertarians in Maryland. I know this because I myself am one. Or the opposite end of the spectrum is authoritative.
No.
You should know what an authoritarian is.
Political.
Somebody
I have
who
no
is very, very
political
strict
party.
with government rule, government discipline, and making sure that people are falling in line and if not, penalized. So you should have an idea of where you stand politically now. Democrat, Independent, Republican, Libertarian, and somebody who is more authoritarian or maybe even communist or socialist.
I'm gonna have so much energy.
Oh, that's me? Oh my god, yay.
So here is what you are going to do for the last 30 minutes of class. Please listen. Don't fight me. Don't fight me.
Fight.
You are going to complete this graphic organizer here on political parties. If you want to answer it in its learning, by all means, go ahead. If you want to open the document, download it, and enable editing and save it to your OneDrive, more power to you. But you are going to use the red text behind Victoria and Tim. You are going to use the red text in order to answer the questions on this graphic organizer. Number one is asking you to write details about one-party systems versus multi-party systems, and what are some similarities that they also have. Once you're done, it's asking you to answer the questions following. When you submit this is going to be 14-point practice grade. It's a practice grade, which means it's only 20% of your grade, but it's a lot of points. So it's probably going to outweigh pretty heavily, probably 5-6% by the time the quarter is over. You're going to answer the questions that follow. What is a two-party system? What kind of system does the United States have? Next, what are the 4 major functions and 2 responsibilities that political parties serve. 2 responsibilities. It's going to ask you to follow this scenario and then identify which function is being fulfilled in this box here. And then finally, you're going to learn a little bit about third parties. Most of you came up as moderate. So you're going to learn a little bit about what role moderates have in America. If a person's view don't correspond, what kind of party can they express their views to? What is the third party? What are some obstacles that they face? Completing the Venn diagram. This first part is out of 4 points. This next part also out of 4 points. 2 points for correctly answering this question, and then 4 points here for questions 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there is not one part of this graphic organizer that's really that much more important than the others. So get it done. I do not. I do not. I did not have time to make a copy this morning. I would have liked to, but I didn't. Sorry.
What's supposed to be copying this in
You're supposed to be doing it right now.
I don't know any of this.
You got to go in the textbook and find the information. It's in the It's Learning playlist. You know how to use It's Learning? Yes. You got it? Okay. That's fine. I can write you that. Never stopped me before. You're gonna cry. What? You're holding it? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad you decided to do that. Feel free to work with somebody. Or individually. Doesn't matter to me. As long as it's submitted, everybody has to submit their own. No. You have until next Friday, but you only have the next 25 minutes to work on it in class. I'm not giving you any more class time. It is the last resource available. It should be entitled Political Party.
The light.
Acronym.
Like, what are
That's
the
the
bleeding?
comeback. Yes. Thomas, you were here yesterday. You don't know.
I'm tired.
All right, let's go. Get working on that assignment. You're gonna need the textbook. Thank you, Jayana.
My computer.
I saw Dell's screen pop up.
Wait, was that supposed to be the quiz?
What?
Was that supposed to be the quiz?
A quiz. It's optional. You don't have to.
Because if I did that, then I didn't know.
I didn't understand.
I'll be
The
so
world's
I'll get my grade.
Know what that is?
You want me to get my grade?
It's not a grade.
Oh.
It tells you what political party you most align with. It should say it in the assignment.
Yeah, I'm gonna get answer.
Starts on page 453.
Where am I going?
What?
Where am I going?
Is this?
What's this? Oh, that's good. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Download. Can you download it? And then enable editing, and then type in it. Will it let you?
I can't even type this.
Hey, Jamie.
It works, I can barely see it.
What? What is your question? You didn't ask the question.
Is this all due?
The world's smallest political quiz tells you what political party you most align with. It does not have to be done. It is not graded. The next assignment does need to be done.
Okay.
He's talking about something completely different.
Then what's that assignment called?
Right after the political quiz, it's called political parties. That's because you're an online version. Go to the desktop app. Yes, sir. You're in the online version, so download it, okay? Everybody's telling me that you can't type in the box. That's fine. Go ahead and download it. Download it, enable editing, save it to your OneDrive, and then insert text box into the Venn diagram. Or underneath, put your notes there. You're smart, think creatively, get it done.
I need help.
This works with the doodle notes.
Looks
I did add color to it, but I'm trying to figure out
That
what.
looks great. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Very, very
I
nice.
did add color to it. I'm just adding the letters.
I don't know.
You got to read.
Right, so when I read it, one party system.
Write down information about what a one-party system is. It says it right there in red. Read about it. And then write down notes about one-party system. There are more than enough textbooks.
Yeah, watch you count. You're like this.
Can you see?
27. 100 in this class. That ain't right. I gotta fix that.
Hey, what am I doing? What am I doing for?
Victoria, she's cold-blooded.
No, really, like the first one I had 110 in my report card. I was like, okay.
Because they're lazy.
I'm lazy.
Everyone I know.
Wow, I just flipped over the first one.
And they're so lazy that you can't even tell whether they do it or not. And when they don't do it, you don't know how to intervene. Is it because you don't want to do it or because you can't do it? Well, if you don't do it, I don't know. Get good old butt hurt when they get their final grade. I don't give grades, you earn them.
What's that?
This one, this is
Oh my God, why?
Wow.
I'm not getting up, I just sat
I
down.
could really
How can I help you?
pick up.
I have no idea what to do because I wasn't paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, gym next period.
Look at the directions at the top.
Who? You?
Yeah.
Start there.
Oh, you don't? Oh, I have the last period. Oh. I love
Turn
having the
to
last period.
page
I don't have to
453
go to my other classes all sweaty.
in the textbook.
Yeah.
Okay, in the Venn diagram, write down information
I
about
get to know
one-party
how
systems
so, yeah.
and multi-party
I
systems.
think she can probably sleep in the next period. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep in my next period.
So just notes about it?
Yes.
My parents don't know I sleep during class. They knew that I slept in class during Ramadan, but yeah.
Did you do the movie thing instead of doing like, well, you watch a movie.
Yeah, always have.
But did you do it? No, I didn't want to. Let me get it. I ain't. Do you want to do all of them? Yeah, you get it. You could probably get it from one of those ones. I know somebody that did, you should have been talking about.
Imagine being a Muslim as a Republican, that's literally going against the law.
Something like that, I need to know.
Why? All right, I'll check with the nurse and find out the time you're supposed to be back.
Oh, no, I can tell you what time she's on now.
I'm down. You can go get your work done.
It's, she's on like 8:40.
I was gonna say, but then he's playing the, like, all the time.
You can't see that, what that is. Not from there. You do like, you don't like regular? There's like no flavor.
It's like
Bro, you are not keeping it.
apple,
I like it.
we're done.
You little bro. That's what you
No. You gotta take, you need to take pictures of the text, or drawing pictures of the text. You know what those are at.
Okay. My mom would be mad if I told her that I need doctor right now. But you're what? That I need doctor right now? That's why I told her I was tired. Took my phone away. Yeah.
You can hold up on that.
You can tell.
Oh my god, really? Oh my god, really? I can go take a nap in the next class.
I'm done.
But I want to use the bathroom first. I'm gonna get these.
Yes. Give me a second.
Child is trying to get me money.
You take pictures in the account.
Child.
I have my reasons.
Oh, next set of pages are 460, 462.
2 5 on the floor. And 2 in the air.
And then 455.
Wow, what are you, y'all like blasting my name?
Like a regular room. Here. But to have this, yeah. And then this over here. And then.
Oh, that's
No.
awesome.
They say PC, right?
No.
Hey.
No, I said myself.
Let's go, kitty.
Oh, you are.
Here, do so. Let's have a little push. Yeah.
I don't trust it. I'll get it.
Really?
Me? What? I don't what? Did you bring it back? Okay.
Let's be juicer, guys.
That's how I had to
Eat my child.
You know what she did? She was like, I asked her how you feel. She was like, okay. And she was like, give me how much camera you say? I said,
I want to get a cat
I read to the
and name it Ricky and give him the straw.
I was my head, I
And
think
name
I
him what?
like, yeah, but all the time. I was like,
Hey,
yeah, I just
hey, that's not like you.
I got my reason. I got my reason.
Okay.
I don't.
Your hair. These are my sister's pants. She didn't
They
make
called
them.
it.
Who did?
So I could at least say something like
It
that.
doesn't look tough.
The
material,
right?
material bar.
I know. You sound like my mom.